Okay, guys, so today I wanted to talk about lucid dreaming and how I induce lucid dreams, and also why lucid dreaming could be beneficial to you. Okay, so first of all, what is lucid dreaming? It's basically just you waking up in a dream and kind of looking around and realizing that you're dreaming. So I'm not sure if you've ever experienced this before, but sometimes when you're dreaming, a little bit of your consciousness kind of turns online. It's not just like a blurry kind of mess. You're not just going on autopilot. You might see something. A lot of times it's like a clock, or like you see numbers kind of all messed up. Or you'll see a word with the letters all switched around, and that will kind of trigger, oh, this is a dream. And then sometimes when you wake up in a dream, you can do different things. You can like shoot up into the sky and fly if you want to. You can, sometimes I will actually draw, like I'll like take my hand and just like paint a door and be like, I want to go here, and then just walk through the door and I'll be there. Things like that. Like you just have more control because you've woken up in the dream. And I'm going to say that the methods that I'm going to talk about here are can induce this lucid dreaming state, and can also induce an astral travel state, which I just kind of consider being more outside of your own subconscious. So you actually, like, you still are kind of in that dream state, but more of you is actually like way out of your subconscious mind. So lucid dreaming is kind of you playing around in your own mind, kind of. Some people will also call that like thought forms, or like the thought field. So you're just playing around in there and you have full control and full agency of what you're doing. But then astral travel, it's more like you are really stepping into the astrals, a higher dimension, but still with that filter of your subconscious a little bit. But when you're doing an astral travel, things will definitely feel more real. When you meet other people in an astral travel, like, you know, it's not just you kind of in another body talking to yourself like it would be in a dream. And like they really feel like a separate person, and it just has that really real world quality. There's also boundaries in astral travel. So I find when I'm doing an astral travel, I can't just like fly up into the sky and like create draw a portal. It's not as much in only my control. But I can make decisions. I can, for example, if I want to travel somewhere, I will think of traveling somewhere, and then I'll actually be physically moved into that place. So it is more like reflective of this physical reality where you have to like take a vehicle to get somewhere, or you have to go through a specific door or portal. Lucid dreaming, you can just be like, I want to be here now, and it's like bam, it happens like a lot quicker and a lot easier, anyways, because it's in your own mind. But yeah, anyways, so why would you want to even lucid dream? What are the spiritual benefits of lucid dreaming? So I have recently discovered that lucid dreaming can be like a way to totally have like an out of body experience and totally exit the body. And this is something that I learned doing the ADA method, and I've talked about this like a bunch of times, and I'll just put the link below. So that's one benefit to learning how to lucid dream, learning how to have more control of yourself in the spirit world, in the dream world, and not just kind of going on autopilot and not like benefiting at all from that time. So yeah, I would say that's definitely the biggest benefit to lucid dreaming. It's also just like cool and fun, and you can discover a lot of things about yourself, about like your higher existence. Yeah. So the methods that I'm going to share with you, anyone can do them, seriously. They're more of a way to shift your energy in order to have a lucid dream. So I know I've seen some people talking about like reality checks, and that's basically just this idea of when you're walking around in your normal life to check in with yourself and be like, oh, is this a dream? And then keep going with your day. But this is more about kind of shaking up the energy in your body. And this will make sense in a second, but it kind of shakes up your energy, and it because you're kind of moving energy around your body, you are also moving that into your like third eye, and because of that, like you're activating your third eye, and your dreams will become more clear. So because you're moving that energy around and kind of shaking it up, that energy is going to move into your third eye. And because it's like moving around, like into that chakra, your dreams will look more like crystal clear. So when you have a lucid dream, it's going to look like this, like very, very clear. It's still going to have like kind of a psychedelic aspect, but because your dream is going to be so clear and you're going to be very strong, like energetically in the dream, that is going to cause you to automatically, like you're going to know it's a lucid dream right away. Because when you're looking at all this weird stuff, like all this weird psychedelic stuff, and it's so clear, you're kind of like triggered into lucidity like instantly. And it's because of that shift in energy. So this is my favorite way to induce a lucid dream. Anyone can do it. It's very, very, very easy. All it is before you go to bed, maybe for 30 minutes or so, you'll want to go through pretty much each muscle in your body, I start from my feet, but visualize each muscle and visualize it like melting, like butter, basically. And as you go up, you're going to feel like this unlocking sensation, and you're actually going to feel, it's crazy how it works, but you're going to feel kind of like this wafting up of your energy, and you're going to feel your energy body kind of moving around, like kind of like loosening, actually. And I understand that there could be some people who aren't able to feel it. I can really feel this because I'm like crazy sensitive, and I have like that clairsentience ability, so where I can feel energies very easily. But just know that it's happening. So like go all the way up, like go to your face, your eyes, even like the top of your head, and you should feel like the safest you've ever felt. You can also kind of use your body as like, you can picture your body as like what they put mummies in, like a tomb. I don't know what it's called. Crap, I don't know what it's called, but that container that mummies are stored in. So you just like are really just sitting in your body and just very, very, very relaxed. And so then you'll drift off to sleep in that state. Yeah, and you should launch into a lucid dream. Okay, so that's one way to raise that energy up. Another way, which I am still kind of iffy about, and I don't necessarily recommend this as like the best way, but you can just simply like sleep with a crystal under your pillow. And it actually does, if you fall asleep with like a crystal, like right under your pillowcase, so it's like right beside your head, you will have more clear dreams, and you'll be able to just have more clear vision in the dream, and you should snap into lucidity pretty quickly. The only thing with that one is that the rest of your body is still gonna be like in a kind of scattered state. So this is only clarifying your third eye. It's not like really like balancing out your whole energy field. So that's why I don't necessarily recommend it for people, because it like you're not going to have like that strong feeling like in your energy body when you're in your dream. You're just going to have that, like, it's going to be a visual thing. And if you have like, I don't know, like feelings of anxiety, those like feelings are still going to be there. So I do prefer the like slow kind of relaxation method. And the crystals you can use like a clear quartz. I've used blue calcite and that worked really well. Any kind of blue, purple, or white or clear crystal. You can just try it as an experiment and it might work. It works for me. So yeah. Okay, and I'm going to tell you another method. And this was very interesting, but it did work. It actually almost worked too well. So there was one time where I was really like purposely connecting to like the womb space, and I'm gonna put a blog post and a podcast about like connecting to the womb space and like literally how to do it. Like, I'm very, very specific on how to do it in that podcast episode. So if you're interested in that, you can look at that. But so one time I just like slept normally, and then in the morning, it was very, very early. It was like maybe 5 in the morning or so. And I decided to like connect to the womb chakra, which is like your sacral chakra, but the womb is more like this. It's like a portal to the spirit world. Like it's how we bring souls in from the spirit world. So when you like connect downward to the womb space, like you're connecting to like a very psychedelic like energy. I actually compare it to like the energy of crystals. Like it does the exact same thing as those crystals would do that you like would put under your pillow. So when you connect to this energy, it does kind of like flow through your whole body, and it will like clear your third eye and kind of activate your third eye. This one time when I did it, I actually did it a bit too, I wasn't intentional enough with it, and I just kind of like went down and just like connected to the abyss basically. And I literally was immediately like, I barely even fell asleep. Like, it was just like the second I closed my eyes to fall back asleep, I was like launched into an astral travel immediately. And I'll post my podcast episode talking about it, but I was like a ghost in a castle basically. And this was, to me, this had a very real, solid quality to it. Like, everything was picture perfect, exactly like the same quality as this reality. Like, I remember looking I was a ghost, and there were people kind of like from medieval period walking around, and there was a candle flickering on the table, and I could see every little flicker, and I was like walking around. But I did feel like a ghost because I was like going up. Okay, this might be just me explaining too much of this, but I was like going up to people's faces and like waving at them, and they couldn't see me. They were just like da da da. So this really felt like an astral travel. Like, I wasn't fully out of my body. This was like an in-between thing, but it was because of the womb connection that I did. So yeah. So if you're interested in trying that, just listen to that podcast that I linked. And now I'm gonna just go over like one method that I did recently, and just like explaining every little thing I did to get into the lucid dream. Just to kind of show you like what the process would look like, which isn't even really a process. It's just like laying down. But yeah. Okay, so the most recent time that I lucid dreamed, I was sleeping, and then I woke up at around 4 in the morning just by accident. So sometimes like that'll happen. To me, it happens actually quite often. But so I woke up, and instead of just like instantly falling back to sleep, I decided to stay awake and go into like a centering meditation. So like I do this heart centering meditation, which I'll leave the link for as well. Everything I talk about, I'll leave a link for. So that's exactly what I did. I like centered myself on my heart, just kind of laid there. Maybe like 30 minutes later, I drifted off to sleep. And the same way that first meditation that I talked about, like where you relax everything in your body, this centering meditation, it does it does the same thing. So that's kind of like the key, I feel, to have these like very, very clear, highly conscious lucid dreams. You really want to do that, and you want to do it before bed, so like that energy can kind of move. So when I was laying there, I was with it, not forcefully. I wasn't forcefully like blasting energy into my head or anything. I was just like being like in my body, like doing the heart centering thing. And then I woke up right into a lucid dream. And that's when I did like the method that I learned in the ADA method to then launch into an OBE. So I really do find that these kind of like full body kind of lucid dreaming methods work really well because you're so in control. Like, yeah, like you're in the dream and you're like totally so relaxed and you're like super, super empowered. So yeah. And with all of these methods, so whether you're going to do like meditation before bed or crystal under the pillow, if you're going to do it, let me know if it works. But yeah, it's more of just like a experiment you can do. Or if you do the womb meditation or you do the heart centering meditation, one thing that you can also do, because I find that these lucid dreams happen close to the morning time. So they happen like, I don't know, like around 4 or 5 in the morning. You can try to wake up like around 4 or so, like 3 or 4. Or if you automatically find yourself waking up early one morning, like don't go back to sleep right away. Stay up, do like a meditation, like a full body relaxation meditation, and then fall asleep. That kind of waking up your mind and then going back to sleep, for some reason, really makes the lucid dream, like, it really makes it happen. I don't know if it's because it's like bright, like light out, so like part of your mind is awake, so it's just easier to go right into it. Or yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, so that's definitely something that you can do as an extra thing to really make the lucid dream happen. I don't purposely wake up. If I happen to find myself waking up, then I'm like, okay, I'm not going back to sleep right away. I'm going to wait like 30 minutes and I'm just going to lie there and like be like focused and do the meditation and then let myself drift off. And I would do the meditation for like 30 minutes or so. I also find that when I eat very lightly that day, so if I'm eating like more fruit and not eating processed foods and like more heavy foods and specifically like breads and stuff, I find I'm able to be like stronger and like more conscious in the dream. So I'm also gonna say, like, when I eat like literally softer foods, and I'm not really sure why that is. I think because I'm so sensitive, if I eat like, I know it sounds weird, but if I eat like crunchy chips and stuff before bed, or like any kind of caffeine, anything like stimulating, a lot of sugar, things like that, I will have a harder time kind of like holding my energy body like still and stuff in the dream. So yeah, one thing that could really help you with that and knowing what foods to avoid, I actually have right here. I didn't mean to have it here, but it's like a journal, just writing down all of the foods that maybe like a food gives you anxiety, or maybe it like just like tracking what foods make you feel best and then stick to those foods like most of the time. So that's it for this one. Let me know if any of these methods work for you. And if you have any more questions about this, definitely just post it in the comments, or I have a Q&A form, like an anonymous Q&A form that you can post your questions to. Okay, that's it, and I will talk to you later.